Green Minds is a 4-year programme. It's funded through Urban Innovation Actions, through the European Regional Development Fund. So it's a large partnership based here in Plymouth, and its central aims are really about rewilding people and places.
At the heart of Green Minds is an idea called Nature Connection, and this framework is being developed by the Nature Connectedness Group at the University of Derby, Professor Miles Richardson, and they've come up with these 5 pathways to nature connection. So we're seeing basically if art supports nature connection in an urban environment.
We were interested in working with Green Minds to help creative industries work with communities to facilitate nature connectedness workshops.
One of the things that we really wanted to capture across the full package was that it would appeal to multiple different audiences, that it would use different creative art forms and just sort of create different conversations and communities.
We had such an exciting variety of art across the commissions, from natural textiles with Generation Restoration, based in Keyham. We had cutting-edge digital technology with Naturescaper on the Hoe, nature-inspired storytelling with Wild Stories around Stonehouse, community-inspired student artwork with the Saplings Commission at Blockhouse Park, and a spirited place performance at Devonport Park with Roots in Nature.
The Saplings Commission, we were approached by Arts University Plymouth, and they were interested in getting their students into doing some community-inspired work. So basically, we want to create a space really where actually anybody can come from the outside, can develop ideas alongside us, and then have the freedom to and the ability to make those things happen.
All of us have been encouraging that curiosity, that close looking, that observation, and all of those different skills that we've really honed as artists, we're inviting other people to take part in.
So yeah, we've used a HoloLens augmented reality headset to envisage this alternative imagined vision of Plymouth in which ash tree is coming out of the top of Speedman's Tower. So I think this technology of using augmented reality allows people to see an alternative vision of Plymouth, one they haven't seen before, and also play with people's imaginations of how they see the city and nature interact, really.
We brought a mini flax farm into the city of Plymouth and specifically to Keyham. We really wanted to place the project in Keyham. They have this amazing resource which is Keyham Green Places, where they have a community centre and a huge amount of outdoor space. They were very receptive to the idea and they really wanted to support it, so they gave us quite a large area that we could turn into our flax field.
For us, they wanted us to create something artistically that would explore the theme and topic of nature, and especially emphasising how us humans can start to reconnect or feel connected to nature. So we've spent this week based here in Devonport Park devising and creating and accumulating loads of different movement explorations, writing explorations that have been explored across the workshops that we've ran over the past couple of months. And we've created a piece that talks about nature and us humans reconnecting to nature, and also drawing some reflections and important points and drawing the audience's attention towards the climate crisis as well.
I organised 4 different groups, and to help us through a doorway into storytelling, we used air, earth, fire and water to think about our non-human perspectives.
It was definitely a journey, and the comparison from the first session where we were all sitting awkwardly on our own, no one talking, and the first piece of art that we created, which was a collaborative piece, it was still very much independent work that was shoved together, whereas the last things we were doing, now that we all know each other and we have those friendships that developed, was completely different, because right now we are at a stage where we can actually co-create.
I always have cared about nature. I've never been disrespectful towards nature, but I feel like it made you more aware of what's going on, rather than, you know what's going on, but it's more in depth, showing you that it's very vital to our survival. So yeah, I think that's very interesting.
think you get that little proud kind of, happy little dance inside thinking, oh, I was part of that. And I think, again, the more you point out and kind of make people notice what's here, the more they appreciate it, isn't it? And slow down a bit rather than just walking straight through.
I've worked in the boatyard for 55 years. I've been working with steel and wood all my life, because you weld steel and you nail wood together and screw it. But putting flowers together and making ropes out of it, that was a little bit above me. In my life I've been teaching a lot of people different things, but it was wonderful for somebody to teach me something.
Doing this is taking that time for yourself. You're not just there kind of supporting your child or being outside chatting to other mums while your child's doing something. It's been nice actually just, being really sort of hyper-focused on something really relaxing and being able to switch off.
I did not expect a series of creatures inhabiting the Hoe, especially creatures that are put together in such a sort of crazy and interesting way. I guess it's meeting people where they are, right? It's like the current window to the world for people is technology, and so if we can tilt that window or redirect that window back to the natural world, then that's a useful way to be doing it.
I've had a lot of learning and I've gone on my own kind of journey in terms of like climate change, which has been really special because I have never ever been on a project before where I've been able to focus solely on that. And because it's been such like an intensive like kind of 5 days, it has meant that I've been able to purely focus on that topic when usually maybe I'd say to myself, oh, I don't really have the time to like focus on it, or I'm more focused on like other topics, if you know what I mean, like race and like gender. But being on this project has made me realise that climate change is also interconnected with race and gender, and like they're all part of the same thing.
For us as an arts university, one of the things that has been really fantastic is the amount of people who've engaged with these works that perhaps previously wouldn't have engaged with the arts. And I hope that that continues as a legacy, that actually this becomes a gateway for those people to feel that they can engage with different creative practices in the city.
I think one thing that perhaps brings the creative industries together is about problem solving and turning an idea around, like nature connectedness, and seeing it in new ways, beginning to look at different solutions, be able to present things to people, ask questions, and as a result of this kind of exploratory playful approach, then new solutions to these old difficult problems can be found.
As part of the learning that we've had from these creative commissions, we're really keen to obviously share that as a case study, a body of work, particularly looking at the impact that work has had across communities, for the artists themselves involved in the programmes and also the partners. So I think for all of us involved, it has much more consciously raised our own awareness of our connection with nature and how that influences our decision making. So we'd really like to sort of explicitly take that work to influence others, to raise the profile of nature connection and the nature connection pathways, to embed that in our practices in Plymouth, but also then how we can share that more widely with other areas as well.